Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Thursday, October 1st, 2020. And we begin with residents up and down the East Coast waking up yesterday to a bright burst of light streaking across the early morning sky. Hundreds of witnesses took to social media posting videos and images of what looked to be a blazing fireball. One Twitter user described seeing an asteroid fall out of the sky and then explode, while others marveled at its fiery red, green, and blue colors. So far, there's no official explanation for the unidentified flying object, but an American Meteor Society spokesman believes it was most likely a random, unexpected meteor, no bigger than a softball. It was also all eyes on the sky on the other side of the Atlantic when a loud sonic boom thundered over Paris. It happened yesterday when a French fighter jet traveling at supersonic speed broke the sound barrier. The deafening blast shook buildings along with some nerves, but there were no reports of damage. The resounding roar did bring the French Open play to a standstill. Players in a second-round match held their rackets as the noise ripped through the empty stadium. But it wasn't the only incident to rock the tournament. Just an hour before, three-time champion Serena Williams pulled out of the contest, citing an Achilles tendon injury that left her struggling to walk. She says she'll likely sit out the rest of the year. Anyone who watched or even heard about Tuesday's raucous first presidential debate won't be surprised to hear that changes are in store. The Bipartisan Commission on Presidential Debates made the announcement just hours after the matchup was widely panned as chaotic. One TV host went so far as to call it a hot mess inside a dumpster fire inside a train wreck. For his part, moderator Chris Wallace told the New York Times that he was desperate when he paused the proceedings to ask the candidates to observe the rules. Organizers haven't yet announced their new strategy, but one possible idea that's getting a lot of traction is to allow the moderator to cut the microphones as needed. Mr. Wallace disagrees. First, he says, half the country would be furious, and second, the offending candidate's comments might still get picked up by the other candidate's microphone, and even if not, could still be enough to disrupt the event. Right now, the next debate is in 2 weeks in Miami, Florida. It's to be town hall style, allowing President Trump and former Vice President Biden to directly answer voters' questions. Tuesday night football? It could happen now that one more Tennessee Titans player has tested positive for COVID-19, raising the organization's total to 9. In response, the NFL announced it will delay Sunday's matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers to either Monday or Tuesday. This marks the first time in 3 years an NFL game's been postponed. The last time was in 2017 in the wake of Hurricane Irma. A memo obtained by the Associated Press shows the league is not playing around following the recent outbreak. Officials are now threatening to suspend any coach or sideline personnel who violate the sport's mask-wearing protocol. Ever wonder where the phrase "once in a blue moon" comes from? A blue moon is otherwise known as the second full moon in a calendar month, and it turns out it's not as rare as you might think. They occur about every 2.5 years, or 41 times per century. And this month, one will light up the night sky on Halloween. February is the only month of the year that will never have a full moon because an average lunar cycle lasts about 29.5 days. October's first full moon, known as the harvest moon, will appear tonight. If you go out to give it a glimpse, be prepared for a special treat. Just west of the moon, Mars will be at its brightest and most visible, as the red planet will be at its closest point to Earth in 2 years. And according to many space experts, you won't even need a telescope. That's it for KidNuz. Now our KidNuz quiz. What event caused a loud sonic boom over Paris? A French fighter jet that broke the sound barrier. When will Sunday's scheduled Tennessee Titan-Pittsburgh Steelers matchup now take place? Monday or Tuesday? What's the length of an average lunar cycle? About 29.5 days long. Where and when is the next presidential debate taking place? 2 weeks from today in Miami, Florida. In One for the Road, another milestone for Taylor Swift. Her 7th chart-topping album just pushed her past Whitney Houston for most weeks at #1 for a female artist. All told, Swift has sat atop Billboard's list of bestsellers for a total of 47 weeks, one more than Whitney's 46. And speaking of music, mark your calendars for tomorrow, which is Kids Music Day. The benefits of a good tune go well beyond toe tapping. It boosts happiness, improves memory, and helps with social and academic skills, especially math. Here's a message from the Kids Music Day spokesman, someone your parents might know from Glee.
Hey, this is Matthew Morrison. The 5th annual Kids Music Day is coming up on Friday, October 2nd. Now more than ever, kids need access to music and all of the arts.
You can visit keepmusicalive.org to find events going on in your area. We'll also post a link on our resource page at www.kidnuz.org. Before we go, it's time to turn it over to Kim for today's Kid News shout-outs.
Thanks, Tori. A big KidNuz salute to the students of both Mrs. Miller and Ms. Stevens, 2 classroom legends at Lyons Park Elementary in Mount Prospect, Illinois. And our birthday greetings go to Walter in Tallahassee, Florida, Garrett in Louisville, North Carolina, Dominic in Haverhill, Massachusetts, Lucy in Frederick, Colorado, Alexander in Cape Town, South Africa, Naima in Albany, Oregon, Olive in Zephyr Cove, Nevada, and Raphael in Palo Alto, California. Thanks for listening, everyone. We hope you tune in for more Kid News tomorrow morning.